Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about Homefront Part 1 at SMP and what all the specific rules are for this event. So I think the first thing I want to talk about, of course, is this schedule. For all you guys looking to camp, be on site, as early about 5 o'clock so you have some daylight, set up camp and everything. There's a big field for us to camp out. Bring all your own gear and a large area for a fire pit that will be allowed to use. I think there's probably going to be about 12 of us or so, locals and some travelers from URA that'll be there. And I definitely expect that we'll probably do some group dinner. So keep an eye out in our Discord if you want to join us and talk airsoft while we're all kicking back a burrito or something. That's kind of a tradition. But anywho, on Saturday, we are going to start officially at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. official check-in time. Okay, I'm giving you guys 30 minutes to check in, to chrono, and be ready for my brief. My brief will be at 10:30, whether you're ready or not. If you miss the briefing, you will sit through the videos of the briefings, which may or may not be part of this video, so watch out for that. After the brief, we'll get right on the field, and we will go. I'm going to tell you guys, I worry about the herd, not the individual. I'm not holding up the game because one person showed up late. You guys want an all-day event, and that's what I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you guys. So we're going to be running 3 independent sessions. Each one will be about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on how quickly you guys move on the field. All right. There's only 2 dedicated breaks. The lunch break, which will be about a half hour, just enough time to refuel, grab a burger, grab a sandwich, whatever you got, get back on the field, and then the dinner break will be at minimum 1 hour long. At the end of the day, during the dinner break, we will do prizes, we will do raffles, we will declare so far who the winner is, and then we'll kind of get a head count of how many players want to do the night ops. All right, and I'm going to base the night ops off of, again, your energy level. If I get 4 people that say, hey, we want to do a night op, I'll do a 2v2 until you guys are dead. If we get 20 of you, I'll run you until the end of the day, which will be about 9 p.m., and then I'll burn you out. Hopefully you get home safe. And that's the entire day on the schedule side of the house. Now, I do want to recap some of the check-in procedures from us. The first thing you do when you're checking on with this event is you go to the SMP store, the standard store that they have in the middle of the facility. At that facility, they will check your waiver and give you a wristband. After you get that wristband, go to the URA booth near the airsoft side of the field, and that is where you will check in for your pre-reg. That is where you will check in for your walk-up. At that point, your next stop is your chrono. All right, and then after chrono, you'll get your dog tags and all your goodies. And you are not getting on the field without your dog tag or your goodies, because that tells us that you completed the check-in. All right, so you got 3 stops to make. You got a half hour to do it. So when we open up, let's get moving. All right. Now, as far as your chrono rules, we will chrono everyone with joules. We will provide ammo for you guys, and if you have a non-M4 weapon, please bring an empty mag so we can be lickety-split as we are chronoing you folks. Now, chronos, we're running 3 different classes, as most of you have seen. You got the pistol class, everything under 1.1. You got the assault class, everything under 1.56, and we are going to allow a sniper class, which is upwards of 2.8. Bolt sniper only. Okay, now do note that all 3 classes have a specific mid and have a specific ammo restriction. That ammo restriction is the amount of ammo you're allowed to carry on you at the ready per life. So if I start the game off, I got 900 rounds ready to go in my mags, ready to go. Okay, if I run out of 900 rounds, buddy can throw me a mag, I become a meat shield, or I run back to spawn and then I can reload. You are only allowed to reload at your spawn point, nowhere else on the field, gentlemen. All right, you can use 8,000 rounds of ammunition all day long. Have fun with it, but you only reload at your respawn point. Okay. As far as grenades, you're allowed to carry 3 grenades with you at a time, so let them fly. And as far as medic rules, this event, everyone is a medic. Everyone will have the medic ability to 30-second tap. So if you see somebody down, 30 seconds tap them and they're back up. Now do note that all players have a 1-minute bleed out. 1-minute bleed out where your dead rag is on your head. You're on the ground crawling. You're sitting down thinking about your life decisions. Okay? During your 1-minute bleed out, you can crawl. You can crawl to a medic, you can crawl to cover, you can crawl anywhere you want. You can also talk. You can tell, hey, the guy who shot me is over there. That's totally fine. It's still part of the game. All right. During your bleed out, one of two things can happen. You can be tagged by an enemy, which instantly kills you, and then you head to spawn. Or you can be healed, like I mentioned before. Oh, and the third thing that can happen during your bleed out, of course, is at the end of 1 minute. No one has healed you. No one has kill confirmed you. You are now dead. Head to spawn anyway. All right, so 3 things you can do during your bleed out. Now, the other little things that to keep in mind for this event, of course, are the objectives, right? The objectives going on. Now, during every session, my plan is to do an active spawn swap. So at about every hour, you're going to hear us on the radio say, spawns are swapping, spawns are swapping. You'll hear people yelling that across the field. At that hour mark, both teams' spawn positions will change, and that way you guys get a chance to play the whole field, not get bogged down in one position as that's happened before, right? No one wants to get bogged down, and you want the ability to push the lines. So that's going to allow us to do that about every hour. We will call that out on the radio. So just move quick. It's not a game stop. It's just, guess what? Spawn swapped. All right, be ready for that. Be ready for that. Now, during the sessions, we're going to be running specific objectives during each session, okay? Now, the first session, I'm thinking of it kind of more of a warm-up, because I know a lot of you have never been to this field before, okay? So this is our warm-up game. Now, with the warm-up game, what's going to happen, our first mission, by popular demand, we are bringing back the bomb mission. All right, the bomb mission. Now, this is my bomb. I don't have all the electronics in this, but this is what it looks like. This is a loudspeaker that will play very loud rock music for 30 minutes. Your objective is like a game of football, a suicide mission. You get to the football, the bomb. The engineer will turn it on, and you have 30 minutes to get this to the enemy stronghold or position that we tell you during the game and detonate it. And by detonate, I mean you have to hold that position until the bomb explodes. This thing is on an automatic timer. This is a suicide mission. At any point, people with the bomb can die, and the enemy team can take it over and head to their position, to head to their stronghold, their location to blow up. Because both teams have 2 separate positions they need to blow up for the day. We will run this for about 2 to 3 rounds, depending on your speed, boys. After that, we'll do the powder mission. There will be little baggies like this all over the field, okay? Every player is allowed to grab 1 of these at a time. When you die, you drop your bag. It's that simple. Dead men do not carry powder, all right? Now, the powder for the first session simply needs to be maintained by you and your team. So at the end of the session, we will count up how many bags your team has, and that's the winner. It's that simple. Probably be a quick half hour on that one. So that's going to be a small kind of warm-up objective. Again, first session is about warming up and getting used to the field. All right, now for session 2, things are going to heat up quite a bit for us. All right, and we're going to be throwing a lot of objectives, 3 objectives at you guys during the entire session. A lot of chaos, right? And as a team, you get to kind of pick and choose which objectives you want to go for to earn some points. And you need to be cognizant of what the enemy's doing, because you don't want them to get points either. It's going to be mad chaos. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So here's the deal. The first objectives, of course, are control point objectives. There will be 3 control points across the map: Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Your goal is simple. Get the most points from these locations. Now, in order to capture points, first thing you need to do is get your flag in the air. Raise your flag. Green, obviously for cartel, and blue for the U.S. team. Once your flag's in the air, open up this little ammo box. This is the auto ref, and it's real simple. Blue team has now captured the objective. Close the lid, and now this will do all the calculations for us. Okay, it's got a built-in timer and everything else for it. You're going to secure 1 point about every 20 minutes. Okay, about every 20 minutes, and you'll be limited to about 3 to 5 points per location, which all that will all be calculated in here for us. So you just hit that button, hit that color, get your flag up, ready to roll. Now, if the enemy has it captured, don't forget to turn their light off and then turn your light on, because if you leave them both on there, you're both getting points and you don't know how to read instructions. Okay, that's how it works. So this is the auto ref device. Do not sabotage it, move it, do anything but hit your color and put the lid on this sucker, and of course raise your flag to the top of the pole. Okay, so this is our primary objective. There'll be 3 of these on the field, and I will warn you, if you guys are doing really well with those, we will insert a 4th location on the field as well for you to fight over. So have some fun with that. Now the secondary objective on the field will also be the powder. All right, these powders will be all over, and these ones will have different point values associated with them. These ones will be a little different. Your goal with these is to get them to your stronghold. Get these to your stronghold and deposit them. Again, you only carry one at a time. You deposit them at your stronghold. And about every half hour, we will have a ref coming by as an evac who will then take your much earned powder off your hands to give you points, and then these will be redistributed all over the field. So protect those strongholds, gentlemen. The enemy might be stealing from you, so watch out for that. The final mission that will be on the field, which I don't have the prop with me here, is the VIP mission. Your job is to get the VIP, who is Elton the VIP, we've used him in other events, evac'd. When you find Elton, who is hidden on the field, he will have a sign on his persons that tells you where he needs to evac from. Take him to that position, call in evac, one of our refs will come to you, they will evac him from that position, and then you'll earn some awesome points. Now I want to tell you, at any time the enemy can kill the opposition and take over Elton, and then they get the points. Or they can kill Elton. Elton will have balloons on him as a health bar. Don't let those pop, or he dies and we got to reset the mission and it's scrubbed. Sorry guys, that blows. So that's going to be 3 hours, 3 objectives with absolute pandemonium. I cannot stress enough to have a radio, be listening to your leadership so you know what's going on for this crazy wild day. And then of course session 3, I will be judging session 3 based off of your energy, but I will give you a heads up. We will not be turning on the overhead lights of SMP. We are going to keep things dark for you guys. Flashlights are a must. I certainly suggest tracers. I certainly suggest tracer units. If you guys have night vision, bring it. I will be setting up our Future World laser lights all throughout the night for you guys, so the whole field will be lasered up just like we did at Warzone. So we're going to have a good time. So anyway, that's kind of the setup. That's all the specifics of the event, folks. More information, check out our website, and I will see you guys bright and early, ready to go Saturday.